Hey guys, this is Plato, and this is gonna be a little intro video. Just talking about my channel and what I want to plan to do, and a little bit more about myself in general. Um, I've been playing StarCraft 2 for about a year. I started playing a little bit right after release, and then started trying to get good and play competitively for 10 months or so now, and I'm getting pretty decent, playing a lot, and this channel is going to be just devoted to basically answering questions that I have or that people have that ask me, because I have a lot of friends who ask me questions about strategy or um, what to do, certain builds, how do you like to play a matchup, that kind of thing. And so this game is just going to be an intro video. I'm going to talk about what I do here, my general thought process in PvZ, and give you guys a little bit more information. So this is a ladder game against Rain Slush. PvZ on Metalopolis, spawning cross positions. And typically this is kind of a hard map to play against Zeragon just because it's hard to take your third. It's pretty open. There's a lot of counterattacking. It's kind of far away, so mutiling gets pretty tough to deal with. But this is a big thing I like to do every game. Is if the Zerg overcommits to going up the ramp, sometimes they can get in, if you're zealous late or not. But if they overcommit and put up anything more than one ling, then I'll always force field because that means that, see, I killed two lings, so he has two lings right here, but in order to keep a ling at the front, he has to lose a watchtower. So this is really big. So I always actually do this. I always force field at the front. And I'm going on 1-gate expand. Just kind of my standard PvZ opening. And then I go a quick Stargate just to deal with Void Ray pressure. You can see here he's actually getting War Drone right now. But if, let's say they do like a 7 roach push with slings after taking quick expansion, the fast Void Ray helps me deal with that. So I always usually get this on maps that have a wide open natural, just because you can't force field away the units indefinitely with sentries. And another big thing for the Stargate opening is I like to use it to scout. Essentially, you can either have a roach mid game or a mutiling mid game. Those are the two things you see the most often. And so, getting a quick Phoenix, which I always get here, lets me scout and see exactly what's going on. I try and poke just a little bit of harassment. I see that he has 2 queens over here, but he's getting his third. And I see the roaches coming with his Phoenix, and so I just bring the Void Ray back, and I start warping in Stalkers. The macro gets a little bit bad here, but that's not too bad. Slush actually ended up going for a quick burrow, it looks like, and luckily I had the Void Ray out. If I didn't have the Void Ray out, this probably would have been, not a very good situation for me to be in. And I got a quick robo, so I'm getting an observer. But I ended up losing, I think, 2 or 3 sentries here. Looks like it's going to be 2. So it's not a bad trade. I mean, I didn't want to lose those sentries, obviously, but I did a significant amount of damage to his army as well, and I only lost 2 sentries for it. So now I'm just going to counterattack and put on a little bit of pressure, because what I don't want is for him to not have to make these spines. So my thought process is if I just go push down and he has to make the spines, then I've already done damage. So he's already lost 3 drones here. And if you've seen the unit counting stages, he's only up 5, so losing 4 drones to having to make all this is a big deal. So I just come up here and I see, oh shit, that's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of spines, so I just back off. And I send the Phoenix to scout, because I still don't know if he's going to commit to roaches or if he's going to go into mutas, like what he's going to do from here. And so the big thing is just making sure that you identify, is he going to go roaches, is he going to go fast hive, mutas, infestors, what exactly he's going to do. So I send this through here, and I see the infestation pit, and I see it's researching, and I see the double evo. So I have a pretty good idea of what he's going to be doing in the mid game. Get both my gases, just because I feel like that's probably one of the most important things at your third, even if it's not fully saturated, just to make sure you're getting gas from it. So I'm assuming he's going Roach Infester, and seeing all these roaches pretty much backs that up for me. So I'm just getting out immortals and getting upgrades, and throwing down 4 more gates just because my third is about to give me a lot more income. Get a little bit supply blocked here, it's kind of bad, but keeping pylons around the base so I can harass. This void ray is giving me a lot of vision, so like I know that this is coming. And just get some really good force fields, a little bit of blink micro, it's not bad. Keeps me relatively safe in here, and I feel really comfortable right now because I have all these immortals, and immortals with the upgrades are doing 60 versus armored, so they're just going to be ripping through this entire army here. And so because of that, I feel comfortable in doing this. And harassing is a big thing, because if he just gets this base up for free, it makes it really hard to deal with Zerg when they're just getting a bunch of bases for free. That's a Queen Burrow, that's weird. But so I held off the attack, and then I said, okay, well I'm just gonna go push now and try and do some damage, because I've got blink, I've got good upgrades, and I'm expanding again, so I don't want him to be attacking. It makes the really smart decision just to attack with a small group of roaches anyways. And you see that I just lost a ton of probes right here to a relatively small amount of units from him. So he delays my mining a long time and gets a lot of probes, so it's definitely good for him here. But the good news is I'm keeping him on 3 bases, and I just countered, and I'm doing a lot of damage, and I'm going up a base, and basically destroying all this tech right here. I don't know if you guys saw it, so I'll just rewind just a little bit. So I push down here, and then he's committing up here, and I don't think he has very much because of how many roaches he had at my base, so I just decided to attack. This isn't an overly strong army, like there's no sentries for force field, there's only 2 colossi, and there's only 1 immortal. So it's not something that's like, you know, I'm not going to win the game with this, but I'm going to do a lot of damage, I felt like, just because he had, I don't know how many was specifically, but I'd probably say 12 to 15 roaches at my base. So I do this, I get a lot of damage, kill the spawning pool, and I'm going to kill the lair. So 2 really important buildings to go for, because it basically just halts production for him entirely. And this gives me vision, so I know he's still doing stuff over here on this side of the map, and I'm getting my 4th base up. Not croning very well, but you know, that's alright. And I'm going to go, I don't know what exactly I can do here. I'm still trying to micro this just because I'm still nervous at this point. I don't really know exactly how my position is. I know I'm in pretty good shape, but I don't know exactly how good it is. So I'm just sending this void ray just to go see, and I see this expansion. So I immediately say, okay, I don't want to let him get this up. So I just move down to pressure this expansion. Really bad macro, I should have moved that back, but a lot of roaches with burrow, and zealots are not going to do much against that. So I just back off. Feel like I've already done enough damage per se, because he's having to invest in units instead of an economy again, and it's already turned into kind of a low econ game. And I'm getting my 4th up, so I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. And I'm just continuing getting observers out, just because I don't know if I have an observer with me, but dealing with roach burrow or zerg burrow in general against when you don't have observers can just straight up lose the game for you. So. And then he drops here. This is a really good drop. Wasn't expecting it, to be honest. Luckily, I was pretty much, you know, I was ahead in units. I'm like 50 supply up right now, so I felt pretty good about that. And all I'm really doing is just trying to hold this off and keep making probes. Back up to 61, not bad. And I'm starting to float a lot, and I feel like his entire army is on this side of the top side of the map. So I decided to try and expand again, just because, you know, I didn't think it would hurt. Still getting upgrades, and trying to just get into a position where I can end the game quickly and safely. That's the biggest thing, because I don't want to get into like some weird base trade scenario and lose the game because of it. So I get DTs just for harass. I'm not sure what his against a lesser player, I think this would probably have done damage, but he's on top of it and he has overseers and stuff ready. But I get good information. I see the spire, so it's not a total loss losing those 4 DTs. But seeing the spire, I don't want him to just have time to get up a big mutaflock or a lot of corruptors if he's going to try and go that route. and so I decided to push out right now, and I feel I'm getting pretty close to max, so I have a pretty strong army. Keep the Immortals in front, and just try and basically attack a little bit of blink micro, but I'm pretty significantly ahead, so it's kind of just an A move attack because of my economic advantage going into this part of the game. So that was pretty much it. It was a good game. Pretty stoked because don't really beat players as good as Slush on the ladder very much. So, if you guys have any questions or ideas for videos or want to ask me anything in particular, just leave a comment in the video and let me know what you guys want to see or want me to talk about in general. More specifically, if you want me to make a video about X matchup or whatever strategy. So. You can follow me on YouTube, SC Plato, on Twitch TV at SC Plato, or on Twitter at Plato SC. SC as in StarCraft for all of those. And thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you like it, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.